that UGA Bulldog connection, like, I know we knew it was going to be special, and like, I know we knew that these guys were going to benefit from having played together in college, but I definitely think we underestimated, like, or at least I underestimated how impactful that college experience they had together really translated to the league. Like, I'm definitely not trying to break that up. And it's not even just from, just the UGA Bulldog connection situation, but Nolan is our future. You know what I'm saying? Like, TJ Watt, he's still an amazing talent, right? But TJ Watt, his days, his years, they're numbered. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy in Nolan that could be our next Brandon Graham. Like, no. And all the money that TJ Watt wants, it's not going to make sense because we got to pay our own dudes. Like, they already said they probably got rid of Minka because they didn't want to pay Minka and TJ. So we going to bring in TJ, then we ain't going to be able to pay nobody.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Minka, I think he was entering the second to last year of his contract. TJ Watt is entering the last year of his deal. TJ Watt currently makes $28 million. He's looking for 40 plus, so it's like a $13 million raise. Outside of just the talent perspective and the personnel, the football decision of it all, I just don't think financially it makes sense for the Eagles as well. Like you said, they got guys that's coming up to get paid. There are guys that come to mind already: Jalen Carter, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper Dejean. Like, you got three anchors on defense. You got your three horsemen on defense who are definitely going to be some of your highest paid guys. When you find guys like that at high value positions, D tackle, corner, when you find guys that can actually play and they're good and they're well rounded, they're good team guys, whatever it may be, you got to hold on to that. And from the Nolan side of things, Nolan, his value to me extends far beyond the football field. I think Nolan Smith has become the new heart of the Eagles, the new heart of that defense, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not doubting anyone else's passion, but who plays with that kind of passion? Like, who carries himself with that same
excitement,
gladiator mentality, that excitement, that true love for the sport, true love for the game. Like, Nolan carries himself like a BG type.
Right.
And I think the Eagles identified that not only this year, but I think they also identified that when they drafted him.
Mm-hmm.
They identified his personality. The Eagles are in the people business. They will comb through your personality and comb through your history like nobody's business. That's why Big Dom is there, right?
And he was that guy at Georgia.
Yeah.
Like, when he was at Georgia, like, he was that guy, like the heart, the soul of that Georgia team. Like, I remember when we drafted Nolan Smith and, like, doing the draft coverage, like, so many UGA fans were flooding, talking about, that's our guy, that's our heart, that's our soul. Like, we gonna follow Nolan Smith wherever he go. Obviously, we drafted Jalen Carter, we drafted Jordan Davis, we drafted Ringo, we drafted a bunch of guys. It's not a knock on them, but I'm saying I only saw that reaction from, like, the fan base from Nolan Smith. So, like, he was that heart, that soul, that energy guy at UGA too. So, like you said, when they're looking, that's something that they're looking for. And you need that. And you don't know who that guy is until you lose him sometimes.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, Nolan Smith, you clearly see his impact on Jalen Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nolan Smith and Kobe Dean are like their OGs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like those two guys are like their North Stars. Like, Jordan Davis is obviously the personality, the fun guy. Jalen Carter is the enforcer, like that friend that we all love. That we got to say, no, don't do it. He's that friend.
He ain't worth it. He ain't worth it.
He ain't worth. He a good time. But we got to make sure we keep him off that ledge.
Right.
Keelan Ringo is just the laid back one. That's like, hey, what we doing today? Right. You know what I mean? Like, and obviously Aziz Ojulari fits into that. You said something, right? The link that holds them all together, that UGA connection, that championship DNA. I think I underestimated it as well, if I'm being honest with you. I think I haven't been putting enough value on that chemistry that they've built over the years at UGA and how they've been able to win multiple championships together and how that rubs up on you. And winning is a state of mind. Winning is a habit, right? It shows up in your practice habits. It shows up in your nutrition. It shows up and how you show up. You know what I mean? And I don't think it's an accident that the Philadelphia Eagles were able to win the Super Bowl with these Georgia boys on rookie deals. I don't think that's an accident how there's been a culture shift with these Georgia guys and just the SEC guys in general. I mean, that Eagles defense, that Eagles team is Georgia, Alabama guys. I mean, you got Hurts, you got Devontae, you got Landon Dickerson.
SEC country for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of your best players come from winning situations. So things like that can only roll downhill. You can't help but to assimilate to that mindset. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm not in the mindset of trying to make any drastic trades right now. I think that's how certain teams kind of play themselves a little bit. I don't think the Eagles are in a position where they need to make a grandiose move like that. Now, let's just call it what it is though. Is TJ Watt better than every edge rusher on the Eagles? Yes. Yeah. But he's 30 years old. He wants $40+ million. He's getting paid $28 million now. I just don't think financially it makes sense for the Eagles to make a move like that. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I don't think financially and like we said, future wise, like you know what I mean. We got a good young group that's in the like same age bracket. You know what I mean? That can be on the same timeline for a minute if we play our cards right. So to blow that up, you know what I'm saying? Nah, like this defense is young right now.
Yeah.
We're in a good spot. Young and talented. We're in a great spot. Like Nolan, one of our guys are going to end up being the TJ Watt when they get 30 years old. Like they not TJ Watt now, but we are going to have a TJ Watt eventually on this team from one of these guys. So
I think our TJ Watt is Jalen Carter. Like, I mean, I feel like every defense has like that home run hitter, right? That guy that just like that number one guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think you need to be desperate and make a move like that. And let's be honest about this part too. The Eagles were the number one defense in the league last year, right? But when you start to look at the sum of their parts, the Eagles don't get the respect. Like they call us a super team, but when they look at us as individuals, they start finding reasons why we're not top 10 here. Why this guy's not top 10? Why this guy's not top 5? Why this guy doesn't belong to get? Or why this guy doesn't belong in this category? Or why this guy isn't as good as we think he is? But as a collective, we're a super team, right? So I say that to say one big name isn't going to completely shift the narrative for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think fit, chemistry, and execution supersedes talent, if that makes sense.
No, and I agree. And consistency. But when we were talking about Nolan Smith, yeah, Nakobe Dean was the leader of that defense on the field. Obviously, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like passion guy, glue guy, heart and soul. Like that's a little bit different than being like the actual like leader of the defense. You know what I mean? Like obviously Nakobe Dean, the green dot, he led that defense, but Nolan Smith became a fan favorite because of the energy, the personality, the heart that he brings. Like it's two different things. I feel like from being like a heart and soul and being a leader. You know what I mean? Like I feel like those are two different things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You kind of know what I'm saying? Because they were like, Nakobe is the leader. Yeah, Nakobe is the leader, but like when we talk about like the energy,
the passion guy.
Yeah, that's not always the best player. Like look at the Knicks. Like Josh Hart is like that guy. Like the heart.
I see what you're saying now.
He's not the leader of the team. Like Brunson is the leader of that team, but like Josh Hart is like the energy, the heart and soul. You know what I'm saying? Like he brings something that's intangible.
I feel you on that.
Which I feel like Nolan Smith does and was for UGA.
Yeah, it's just certain things you can't measure in the sport. And I think sometimes we've become so obsessed as a whole, right? I think we become so obsessed with the analytics and trying to, encapsulate someone's value in a single number, a single digit. And there are some things in this league that I love talking about that you can't measure, right? It's certain things in this league that people avoid talking about because they can't put a number on it and they can't it doesn't directly support their argument. But I think the Eagles won the Super Bowl not just because of talent, not just because of coaching, but they won the Super Bowl because of how they approach their sport every single day. They won the Super Bowl because they exercised a certain level of will to get to their destination than that other guys couldn't match. Like that watching how they performed in that Super Bowl and that NFC Championship game, that wasn't just talent.
Yeah.
There was venom. There was venom in everything they did in those games. Like they was trying to get some get back. Like for 2 years worth of strife, they needed to get back with the Chiefs. So that was personal. And then obviously, like Saquon said, the way the Commanders damn near stormed the field after beating us in what was that, week 15, 14? I can't remember when it was, but they almost that was their Super Bowl.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Saquon was like, listen, man, the way they was acting after they won that game, we had to get them back. We had to.
Really, everybody's Super Bowl, that's crazy. Like, even before, like, coming off of that collapse year, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were still everybody's Super Bowl. It's crazy. Like, people were like, oh, y'all only got one ring. Y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that. But teams get up for us. Yeah. Fan bases get excited when they are playing us.
They do.
So it's like week 2 against the Falcons. I'm telling you, it was a parade in Atlanta for 2-3 weeks. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. And I'm like, y'all say we ain't she. Y'all say we only got one ring. We ain't do this, that, and the third. We overrated. But why are y'all celebrating for 3 weeks because y'all beat us in week 2?